we are joined by a fair few people. We'll be welcoming Paul back. We didn't have him on last week, so welcoming Paul back. So good evening, Paul. How are you, sir?
Well, you never done one last week?
Yeah, we did. We did one on Friday, didn't we? Oh, no, we didn't. Because we were at Expo, weren't we, on Wednesday? Am I liar?
Yeah.
I'm a liar. No, we didn't do one last week. My fault. My bad. My bad. And we've also got Disco as well. We've also got the good old Mr. Fraser. Good Nicky Fraser. Good evening, sir.
Morning.
Craig in his dark room as usual. You what?
How come it's not live on YouTube?
It should be.
Echoing through there now. So we can't do that. What about this?
It should be.
Things up. There we come. We'll have to duck out. Oh. It's going to endless part there. That. Endless.
Bear with me, I'll have a look now.
I normally get a notification, but I ain't had a notification.
We're on Facebook. It might pop up in a few minutes that we're on. Facebook. It might pop up in a few minutes that we're on.
We're live on YouTube.
We're live on YouTube now.
I'm watching that one just because I can't. Someone's echoing.
Nicky, you can turn your sound down. Oh, good evening to Scott Davis. Good evening to Sam Yates, Andy King, Scott Marshall, Rich.
Yeah, we're having some issues, so we're going to try and rejoin with them back now in a minute.
No stress. There we go. So, how's everybody? How's your week been? What you have for tea? We'll start with Disco. Disco, how's your week been so far, mate? And what you have for tea?
Nothing yet.
I'd like to welcome Disco to a live. This is his first time ever doing a live, so yeah, good on him for jumping on and coming and having a chat. Paul, what have you had for tea?
I didn't tell him we were going over. Just come and sit in the kitchen with me for an hour. Here we are.
You shook him, did you?
You can rub them together fast, innit? They get warm. You can draw them.
So Paul, what have you had for tea?
I had cod and peas.
And I was first day back at work today.
Shit. I bad day at work, to be fair, but it's just a bit like the anti-climate going back after an Expo.
Yeah, you do get yourself into a right high, don't you? When you're at Expo, you get yourself into a high.
What, man?
Saying you get yourself onto a right high, don't you? When you're at Expo, you get yourself up there, and it's like it's a pinnacle, and then you're like reality fucking hits, innit? Reality hits at 4 o'clock on Sunday for us, innit, Disco?
Half one, they finished unloading the van at Dublin.
Mental.
We got back for 1 o'clock.
You stayed at yours for like 2.5 hours, though, didn't they? Fucking chilling before they had to offload at Dudley.
Not a Tom or Kevin in sort to help.
What do you mean? They sent them packing?
I didn't even realise you were staying for another night. If I knew that, I would have made you do it yourself.
You are such a liar. It's unreal. You are such a liar. Making me sound bad. So, Craig, how's your week been? And what have you vaping? What you have for tea?
I had for me tea. I had a full Sunday roast. Vaping on my Joker, endless, and my week's been really good actually.
Are you still on that Expo high, or have you come off that?
Yeah, I've literally just got over it. I went to
It's proper like being locked in a Phil Mitchell room, innit? Like it's just you just come off it, boom, just it comes straight off it. I feel like shit after it. I'm glad Paul let me have yesterday off so I could spend all day in bed.
Craig, you're doing going live from a prison cell.
It's the dark room, innit?
The only difference between Craig and a prison cell is I know if people that are in jail have got a better internet connection than that in the prison.
the door's not locked, but no, that's the main thing.
Oh, fucking hell. Slam and Nicky, what you have for tea? And how's everything been this week so far? First time on the show?
Everything's been right. It's all been right. It was nice to get back to the kids to chill out. There was hot dogs today, we had.
I had a fucking chip butty.
Fucking chip butty.
Tom, how come you've not organised subtitles for our Welsh guests?
I've got cue cards under my table, don't worry, I've got them ready to come up soon. And Mr. Beddoes, how's your week been so far and what you have for tea? Probably nothing as usual.
No, I've had quite a bit today. I had a steak this afternoon. I had my hot dogs with the kids. It was just nice to be home with the kids and chilling out, you know, so I've enjoyed it.
Can't beat it. Mr. Fraser, how's your week been? Mr. Fraser, how's your week been? And what you have for tea? Definitely nothing. Sounds about right.
Week's been, well, it's only Wednesday, so yeah.
I think we're all coming down off that Expo hype. So we'll start with you, Paul. Let's go over sort of post Expo. So getting in there obviously on Thursday and set up and stuff. Did you feel any different sort of as normal setup, or what did you feel like going through Expo on Thursday?
Yes, setup for me was I fucking hate setup. Right? I don't really do football apart from that way involved in but I feel like we've got our shit together better as far as setup is concerned. I didn't particularly walk around the place on Thursday with a few people, but definitely the vibe from once before the start of the just in that place this weekend for me anyway. It was there's lots of obviously I'm fully locked out of Facebook, so I can't comment on football, I can't like a picture, I can't like comments, I can't even put an emoji up, I can't do football. But I've seen mixed reviews. Some of them saying Expo shit, it was dead. For us personally, I think everyone on the stand would agree that we were pretty consistent for the whole weekend. So we had a pretty good show.
Yeah.
The feedback I've seen for the cloud comp has been fantastic, and generally in various different groups, various platforms on Instagram, on Facebook. There's lots of positive feedback about the cloud comp, so that's good. I had a really good weekend. It was chilled out. It was relaxed and manic all at the same time. It just felt different to me. Felt a little bit. I genuinely, apart from the very first show we ever done, and that was just because I was so overwhelmed with the response we got. I feel like I enjoyed going more than any other show that we've done, apart from the very first one.
I agree with you. Like a chilled. It was a chilled vibe. To me personally, we'll see how people thought it was shit. For me, it was one of my best, if not the best show I've been to because of the vibe.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say it was even busier than Maze.
Yeah.
Well, there was more people there. I've seen the stats from the Expo guys, and people were saying less people there in October to May, and they said it's a fact that there was more people this weekend, and it was a bigger show.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Biggest floor space ever, most vendors ever, most people through the doors ever.
I enjoyed it. It was the first ever Cloud Comp, and yes, Pascal, fucking Mr. I'll be back. Well, he said to me, "I will crush you," in like that voice, and I looked at him and I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
I will crush you.
I will crush you.
He come over and he looked at the both of us, and we were both sitting there going, "Oh my fucking god!"
Is that the first time you met Pascal? Is that the first time you guys met Pascal?
Yeah.
Me and Paul, Paul introduced me to Pascal. And he's one of the nicest geezers ever.
Yeah.
He really is.
Gentleman, an absolute gentleman, Pascal. Even though he's so tall and he's like a mountain, and people are like, "Oh my god, he's so down to earth." What a guy!
Well, you said you found his size intimidating, wasn't
it? I looked at him and then he said, "I will not hurt you." I was like, "Oh, shit, I'm dead."
I would say that Pascal is one of my most favourite people in this industry.
Yeah,
he's lovely.
Pascal is sound as he is.
You see, the maddest thing is the actual people you get to meet in this industry. Like, we would have never met Pascal if it wouldn't have been through vaping. He's all the way in Germany, and we'd have never ever met him. And just to actually meet people around the globe, and it's open opportunities for him to come over to the UK and us to go out to Germany and stuff like that. It's crazy to think about that the opportunities vaping's actually give a lot of people.
Well, it
was good though, because
Gavin, I got into Pascal through Gavin from Corrosive Creations. Pascal met Gavin through Doom Patinery, and the first you guys ever come over to someone who was with Pascal. I dropped them off to their hotel in Marston Green after the show. And one of the blokes that was with them, I think he's from London or something, but he was also someone that they met through the Patina group, said, "Tom, do you remember when they used to have the vendor at the show that used to sell the cabinet for the vape shop?
Empty cabinets. Everything's empty, yeah.
Display cabinets and all the different cabinets that I could go there as a retailer and buy for my shop." And this bloke says to me, I don't know, he was dead serious as well. So I don't know what the fucking hell that geezer was selling on that standby end. But every single one of his cabinets was empty. The front had sold out in the first fucking few hours. Mate. And he was like, he said that one place, he said he'd sold every single item out of every cabinet on his planet. And after about 4 minutes, I was like, "You fucking thick cunt, it's a bloke who's selling empty cabinets, you prick." I swear, he thought that the geezer had gone there with some mad limited edition and he fucking shot it all out in the first 25 minutes of the show.
He don't. Yeah, that geezer don't go there, but he went to. He must have gone to every show, including last show. But he wasn't there this time, was he?
No, he's obviously sold out. Yeah. He's got.
So let's ask Salam and Nikki then. So what are your guys' opinion on the show? What do you feel like was done different, or your opinion on the show? What give us a bit of an idea from your perspective?
The main thing that did stick out for me was the Cloud Con, because it hadn't been done for so many years and it was finally done. Yes, it brought a nice, decent crowd, but it would be like a next Expo. I would like to see a lot more people getting involved instead of just having the same people coming back and dragging some more people in. But I think that was the highlight to the Expo, is seeing everyone come together, they're all going head to head. There was no arguing, and people were just having one hell of a laugh, which was brilliant. Because you don't see it no more, do you? You don't think?
I think for me, it would be more about the sponsors that actually came together for the comp. All the biggest UK companies coming together, juice companies, meth companies, and working together as one, which was a nice touch, because you haven't seen that for a long time in the industry.
Yeah.
There was a that. Sorry, Paul, say that again.
I was going to say, not forgetting Deathwish, which is obviously a Canadian company, but I love the fact that all them big names, Barmax, were all UK companies.
Yeah.
And all the liquid sponsors, Barmax, were UK companies.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Max
Like,
is
it's
soon to be UK.
It's different with Max because you've got a close relationship, a good friendship with him, you know. Whereas when it comes to UK companies, there's been not much of a rift with other UK companies at the minute. It was nice to see everybody coming together.
It was definitely a positive vibe.
Yeah, definitely. You know, with shit like that, that's gonna bring the community back. That's gonna gel the community again. You're looking at companies that are coming together and working together.
Yeah.
You know, that's the basis for everything coming back together, in my opinion.
But it was nice as well to actually meet people I was talking to people that came over from South Africa, obviously Canada. There was loads of people around there from different parts of the world. And it was really nice because it was just in Birmingham, it was just the NEC and it's reaching worldwide, which is brilliant, that is.
That's
they
that.
kind of, when it comes to parking tickets, kind of the cheeky bastards.
Any chance of Nikki and Pixie sharing a camera so Adam can come in? Is that possible?
Yeah. Nick, come in here.
All right.
Nikki, make her go to you.
Just on a 2-hour session in the gym, thank you. You can come to me.
Tom, just message Adam in Ambassador and tell him to come into the live feed if he can.
Cool.
Because I can't message fuck all.
Nice.
Just take my earphones out. Oh, yeah. No.
Share them. Done it. So what about you, Craig? What's your opinion on this show? What did you enjoy?
It was busy because it was my first time VIP, just like meeting everybody and meeting Paul for the first time. Like I've been to Expos, never met him. You are a tall bloke, Paul. I ain't gonna lie. I thought you were gonna be a bit shorter.
Fuck that. Paul's a fucking unit. Paul is the unit, the Expo unit. Paul is the man.
Billy from Prohibition, mate. Next meeting for you.
It was really good. It was busy, especially the cloud comp. Though that was really good. I mean, I shit my pants when I did it. I won't lie. Getting knocked out in the third round, my pants were filling doing that. It was just nerve wracking. Everybody watching, I was standing there thinking, "Fuck."
Glad to save your life.
No, I can't. Not there. I couldn't. I fucking shit my fucking pants.
You see, it's a lot of people were saying they were nervous about doing the comp, but people still got up and did it. And obviously, if it's the first time for doing it, you do sort of feel that anxiety. Fucking hell, me and Paul have been up on stage numbers of times, but I still shit myself every time I go up on stage.
It was just, I think it was the fact everybody's watching. I'm thinking I'm gonna fuck this right up. I am.
The only other crowd I ever done was the one at Dudley opening, and I blew out when the geezer was playing in. You learn as you go along. But.
Look, I genuinely didn't want it to be like a professional comp because it's the first one that we've done. There was people that were quite excited at the right time and stuff like that. And instead of just being a complete arsehole and saying, sorry, no, fucking Cloud don't care, unless someone choked out and whatever, then obviously they've got to be dismissed. But if they're exciting a second or half a second later or earlier, I didn't want it to be so rigid. And I think if we run it in May and October next year as we plan to, the rules have to be a little bit tighter. But I'm thinking that the prize pot should be.
I think then with that, then you're giving people a chance to learn how to do it properly. See, if I've been vaping 3 years and I've only entered one cloud comp, and that was at the Dudley's opening shop, as competitions go, the only competitions you ever see now, cloud comps, is blowing a video on a camera. So I mean, if the more regular it becomes, the more people know the rules and they know what to do and they can help each other out.
No, I agree. And actually, I like the vibe around the stand. Like Salam said, I like the fact that all the different manufacturers are there and there's banter and not bickering and arguing and bitching and backstabbing. And the reality is, if this became something half decent size, that bitching and backstabbing naturally will come back into the fold. But I don't care who it is, I don't care what manufacturer it is. If that happens, we just want to be involved in what we do, because I genuinely want to try and get some life back into this so people can enjoy the hobby side of tobacco and vaping.
At the end of the day, like, it helps out every manufacturer with tubes anyway, because it's getting some kind of excitement back into it. I mean, there's nothing changed other than tubes, just being a tube, and we all love doing it. Like, there's nothing new being brought into it. So if you bring back something old and then just revamp it, like, it's the same as fashion, isn't it? Everything comes around again.
Yeah.
It's showing like the people, the sponsors that were involved. It shows actually who want to be excited and get involved in it. You know what I mean? It does show a lot of, like, Firehouse. I know they're not an old brand, they're a new brand, and for them to get involved, they're like saying basically, we want to be excited about this. We want to get involved. And the lady at Firehouse was coming up to me, giving me the stuff. I never had an issue asking for giveaways for all you guys. You know, they were always watching. So to get a new faces into it is definitely the way forward. It's nice to have the old guys, but it's also nice to see new faces, because that's what we want, is new faces as well.
Yeah, and then in the sticks as well, in between the rounds, was sick. Like, I ain't seen nothing like that since I've seen it on YouTube. They were just banging.
The chicken.
Yeah, that was well good.
Yeah, so my plan for May is to have cloud comp. I'm thinking, and this is just me thinking out loud, because I've not really given thought to May's show, but I'm thinking we mix up 18650 and 21700 into the pot. Instead of having an 18650 comp and a 700 series comp, you can run 18650, 2700, 21700.
Then where would you give it on the build fee on that? Like, I'm just me thinking, that's all, like, on the 21700. But it just be the same. Because obviously, like, we've had this discussion before, like, with a 21700, people think they can build the same, but they build lower, don't they? And, like, or higher, like, compared to the 18650. Like, I don't know, because I've never even heard of a 21700 comp, but it sounds newer, like, new age.
I mean, I think the thing for me is that point one should always be the limit.
Yeah.
You obviously get a better amperage out of a 2700 and a 21700, but in a 2700 in particular, you've got more battery sag. So it's not necessarily about trying to get the point one. It's about trying to get the right build for that mech, for that battery. Because I can chuck a dirty ass cloud out of a 0.1 26650, and yet they're saggy as fuck. So, and I watched actually, I think Nikki or Salam had gone live when me and Max first got up on the stage. So last night I was watching the video of me and Max going back to back. And actually, I was running a 0.13 or 0.14 build in my dirty single 2700. And to be fair,
is it me? I
think
I'm just saying this. I think the clouds that me and Max blew on that stage were got blue left and right. Ethernet cable. So mine's on its ass for some reason.
You're back.
Yeah, I think my internet just glitched out. I'm just about to do a speed check on it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not blowing smoke up more than Max asses, but when I watch the videos back of me and Max going back to back, I'd say they were up there with some of the best clouds, if not the two best clouds thrown on that stage over the weekend. So I weren't prepared for it. I weren't prepared to go back to back with Max. I just had my standard build in my dirtier. It's about technique. It's about understanding your mod. It's about not necessarily doing the whole 5 second inhale, because although it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exhale, you don't have to inhale for the whole 5 seconds. So it's you understanding. Do you need 3 seconds? Do you need 2 seconds? Do you need 4 seconds? Do you need 3.5 seconds? What do you need to get full lung capacity to exhale on the exhale? And it's that is what the practicing is about. It's not about anyone can blow a big cloud. And truth be told, the technique of exhaling, look, I only understand the technique of exhaling a cloud now, probably in the last 18 months. And in that 18 months, I've never once entered a cloud competition. I used to enter cloud comps back in the day where I thought, oh, it's just about because I'm big, I've got big lungs. But the way that you blow that cloud out makes a heap of difference to the way that it moves across the stage. And if you blow too fast, you just blow through the cloud. If you don't blow fast enough, your breath don't reach the cloud that you've already exhaled. So there's a whole heap of things that practice does make perfect. And for me, if we can get to a point where by February, March, April of next year, people are practicing and practicing and practicing to try and fucking perfect their cloud for the stage, we've achieved great things, because the whole competition scene is dead. It's done. And I believe what we've done at Expo this weekend was just put a little bit of fire back in people's bellies. I definitely want to run some online competitions with Adam, with Tom, with Nikki, through Models Worldwide page. I definitely want to do some sort of tour to get entrants for the competition in May. I want to get some entrants from online competitions, and I want to give people visiting Expo an opportunity to get up on that stage. And everything that I said on that stage over the weekend, I can only reiterate again. It's only thanks to the sponsors that were on the back of the ball, because every single one of them paid to be on there. That payment didn't cover nearly half of the cost of the stage, the area, the rigging, the lights, the PA system, £1,000 prize money. So anything above and beyond that was subsidised by the Vaper Expo. And if we can get set up to get more sponsors, then we can get bigger prize money. We can maybe to do it. I mean, as it goes, that spot was absolutely perfect for clouding and for tricking. When Tom and I done the cloud comp before on main stage, it was abysmal, because one side was fire, the other side was right in the way of one of the AP vents. So actually, we put people through that was on the bad side, because we knew that their cloud leaving their mouth was better, even though it fucked up before it even got anywhere near the other side of the stage. So we were having to try and guess the way that they were blowing, the way that they were exciting. That stage in particular, I hadn't even blew a cloud on that stage until me and Max were up there. And that's why if you look at the video, I actually face one way and just do a little cloud and face the other. Because I didn't know whether there was going to be a difference between the two sides, whether one side was going to blow off or whatever. So, and then when I seen the lad tricking on the stage, they were doing all the normal tricks. There weren't no issue with airflow and stuff like that. So that spot in particular just seemed to work extremely well. But without the support of the Vaper Expo, without the support of the sponsors, and then more importantly, it's so difficult to start. And I can talk for England most times to most people, but when you're faced with a stage and a microphone and there's only half a dozen people there, it's quite hard to get the banter going. It's quite hard to get some interaction going. And even if you go up on main stage and there's only 200 people, just the fact there's 200 people cheering and getting involved, it makes it easy to get up there and do what you've got to do. It's quite daunting to face a very small audience, because it's easy to go on your ass to look on that stage. So the more people that come round and the more cheering that was going on and the clapping and the come on and supporting the people, it just makes the whole thing so much more enjoyable. Not only for me who's hosting it, but actually for everyone else that was involved in it. So again, genuinely, everyone that did come heat after heat and stay to support and clap and get involved, it means nothing for me that we pulled off that at the level that we did without putting. I mean, Adam and Nikki in particular were chasing me for weeks and weeks and weeks. When's the cloud comp date? What's the schedule? And I was saying, just bear with me, just bear with me, just bear with me, because I was so fucking busy at work myself. And I don't think we even put anything out until Monday or Tuesday. And Expo's on the floor. We still managed, for me, to pull off a decent show. The footage, when it's all put together from the professional cameras that took, I think is going to make for good footage. The fact that by 10 o'clock on Sunday morning, we've got people being turned away because all the slots were full. As much as it's disappointing, was good, because Saturday I was panicking that we weren't going to fill up the spots. And as word starts to spread, the cloud comps there and the 500 quid at stake, people were coming over saying, come on. There was people that we put through from Saturday back into Sunday that we actually turned them back down and took on new people. So I feel like if we can carry this through over the next 12 months to May, then we should have a great second part of the Expo, within the Expo, just for that stage.
Talking of jumping on the stage, Paul, how did you feel like your battery talk went? I was present for it, and you obviously said this. I'm gonna before you say anything. You said to me before you went upstairs. You said to me, Billy and Chloe, "I'll be up there for about 10 minutes." 45 minutes later, you were still up there. How do you feel it went?
You know what? The thing that disappoints me about that whole stage on the Friday is that, again, the Vaper Expo, I never got paid to do what I done Friday. Actually, I volunteered to do it because I was struggling to get people to the stage. It was people that they flew in, it's people that they paid for hotels, it's people that they paid for on stage that were giving really, really, really good advocacy of voice. And actually, the people in that arena was limited. Now, that to me is one of the faults of the Expo about how that was promoted prior to the show, and I don't think it was promoted as well as it should have been. But the fact, when I done my talk, I think there was about a dozen people in there all told. But actually, 4 of them 12 people came up to me afterwards and just said, "Thanks for going through that. You've said stuff that I weren't aware of." And so, it looks like you pissed me. Yeah, there was a lot of people come up to me. I run a vape shop, and actually I weren't aware of that, and I went and got some of our flyers. And as I said on the stage on Friday, battery safety to me is something that's just disregarded regularly, because out of the box clouds are so available now for newcomers that we've lost the need to educate the user because the regulated device keeps them safe. Now, my argument is that the regulated device is only as good as the electronics that are in there. And these products are mass produced, 10,000 a day. Failures will happen. And if you're not running safe based on the fact that the device is going to keep you safe, there's always room for something to go tits up and blow your fucking lips off. And I just think it's important that if you guys don't understand it, it's our job, Dave's job, Tom's job, anyone that works in the vape shop's job to educate the people that we're selling them products to, and actually have, more importantly than anything, is have the bollocks as a reseller to say, "I'm sorry, I don't think you've got enough knowledge to use that device, and for that reason, I'm not going to sell you the product." Now, I know, and I'm sure Dave knows, that being so where our shop's situated, there's shops within a mile and a half that will sell that device to any cunt. They don't give a fuck. All the people
hairdressers or some other shop that just happens to be a vape shop.
There's vape shops that I know will sell product to anyone that walks in there and asks for it. And I think
the biggest vape shops in England, like whether it be like big chains, I think they still will, if I'm honest.
Well, the thing is that some of them shops, some of the big chains don't sell mechanical devices. I know the shops out there selling mechanical mods, and I know the staff that's in the shops have not got the knowledge to even set that kit up for the person that's buying it.
Yeah.
I'd be mortified to think that we were just dishing mechs out to anyone that asked for one because it's 160 quid or 180 pound or whatever it might be, depending on what they're buying. Because I would genuinely rather say, "Look, I don't feel that you're up for it," or that afford us half an hour to talk you through it, to explain what to explain how you to build, explain how to check your resistance, understand the basics of Ohm's law. And if you can't afford me that amount of time, I'm not selling you the product. Go somewhere else. And quite honestly, if they bought it from somewhere else and they blow their lips out, if I'm being absolutely honest, I can still go to bed and sleep at night knowing that we're doing the best that we could do to stop that product getting to someone.
I mean, the thing is, having groups like the same as Salam, Nicky, even Craig, like and Pixie, the amount of people I know, well, and have spoken to and spoken through it, that have gone out and bought nearly like £300 mods, and they're running like series builds at 0.1 stupid like. And you're like, "Mate, what the fuck are you doing?" You have to explain it to them. But so it does happen on a regular, and it ain't just about shops neither. It's online sales as well, because you can't check if someone knows if they're buying online. Sure.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I had it Saturday at the Expo. We were stood by the end of the stand, and it was before the Peaky Blinders mods had been sold. This bloke had come up to the stand, was looking at the Peaky Blinders, and as I was stood there, he said to me, "That's fucking beautiful, that is." He said, "I might buy that now, but I haven't got a clue what I'm doing with mechs." I said, "Mate, if you haven't got a clue what you're doing with mechs, your best bet is to get yourself an RDA, chuck it on your regulated first, get used to building, find out,
what you're saying is
Say that again, Paul. Say that again.
I said, so what you're saying is you cost me 180 quid, you little prick.
Yeah, he did. But, you know, I didn't want him to buy it when he didn't know what he was doing.
Mate, someone came up to me on Saturday and says, I really want that mod, but I don't know if I ain't got a fucking clue what I'm doing with it. And I said pretty much what you said, but he said, to be fair, I'd never use it. I just wanted it for my cabinet. So I was like, well, if you want one for your cabinet and it's just something to stick on display, knock yourself out. But if you don't understand how to use it, the biggest thing for me, Salam, is when we launched the very first endless mod, and I still make this claim, I don't know how true it is. I can't think of any other kits that came in a box to be run in series. And I went to great lengths to put some paraphernalia in the box. We put coils in there for single, we put coils in there for stacked. We explained what was what the difference between single and stacked was. And then within a few months of us releasing that mod, the Noisy Cricket hit the market at 30 quid or 35 quid for a series mod. And the amount of people I've seen on Facebook groups, and Facebook groups then were way, way more active than what they are now. And people with a Noisy Cricket, blowing cloud, or even firing it. And I'm looking at the RDA thinking, all they've done is screwed that RDA straight off their single tube, and they've screwed it right onto the Noisy Cricket, and they haven't got a fucking clue. And the amount of people who are saying, oh, no, these Noisy Crickets are lively as fuck. But they didn't know, they didn't have a clue. All they knew was it was fucking lively, it was powerful, it was doing its thing. But for me,
it's fucking gonna be when it's on the verge of blowing up, though, isn't it?
I can't believe that the likes of Wismek and Jabo, who first put that mod out there, put it out there semi-responsibly in the middle of a market that was booming. And people, we sold probably, I'd say Noisy Cricket was up there with the most particular type of mod we've ever sold because it was so powerful for so cheap money. Every console wanted one. And yet nobody really understood the difference between 4.2 volts and 8.4 volts and tripling your resistance, in my opinion, not doubling it, but tripling your resistance. And they were just like, oh, you know, these Noisy Crickets are sick, man. I'm like, listen, any mod can be sick if you've got the wrong build on it. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And it's still really true today that there's not enough education out there about what is safe on a mech mod and what isn't safe. And
you're always going to get people that want to push the boundaries, like whether they be tricksters or whether they want to blow massive, stupid clouds. I think you're always going to get people that want to blow out of their capabilities, so they build that little bit lower. And I think while there's people like that around, they shouldn't be educating people. Like if you put on a post, you don't really want to build. If you're learning how to build, don't really want to try and build around blow 0.1, 0.2, 0.12, and then you get some dickhead going, I built 0.4. I've used it since fucking 4 years. It's never blown up on me. And you think, mate, why are you saying this? Like, it's bad publicity, but it's what some dickheads do, isn't it?
Yeah. One of the things to remember, when I discovered the 27, and I'm not saying I've discovered the 2700 battery, but when the night I found out that battery was available, I spoke to Tom that night and said, we need to launch a 2700 mod. I know 100% that had not been discussed in the industry. And actually, I said to Tom, launch a 2700 mod. The amp limits are much, much higher, which doesn't. Now, one of my concerns straight away was the minute you say the amp limits are higher, instead of people saying, fucking hell, if I run my normal 0.12 build on that battery, it's going to perform so much better because there's less battery sag, it's got better amp rating. Actually, the same dickheads will still go, oh, it's got more amps, that means I can go down to 0.07 and it's safe. So there's always that concern. You give someone an inch and they'll take a mile. If you can offer them a battery that's got 50 amps, they'll run it so it's fucking pulsing at 125 amp because they just use the equivalent math from a 25R or a VCT5A and say, well, I still must be safe because I'm still operating within the same limits as the other battery that I was using. I've just gone a little bit lower on my build. Whereas for me, when I had the Empress mod with an iJoy 2700 in there, and then batteries were notoriously saggy, if I run a 0.13 build in that, it outperformed any 0.1 on an 18650. When the battery, I was getting 4 volts through to the RDA, and the amps then are working for me. Some people were going, oh, I'm going to put a 0.07, I'm going to put my bomb build on my 2700. And actually, it's not as good as a 0.1 on an 18650. The battery's
I
sagging.
found that funny enough with Dave when we was in Manchester, and I used to like hot vapes. I used to run it lower than what we should say. And then Dave, I think Dave, you put on that new cleaner, that green one, you put a 3.2, and it fucking kicked ass. Like it clouds for days, and it still got all that flavour that you wanted from a hot vape. You just don't understand it. Like it's another good thing about the cloud comp, because you don't just get people like talking about it. It gets people building and trying new builds and trying different things. I mean,
it's about, for me, like, I can remember Mikey Suburn, who was up there. He's one of the top 5 cloud blowers in the UK, and he used to run different wires on each side of his RDA. One that gives him a pretty quick ramp up. So he might have 19 gauge on one side and 22 gauge parallel on the other side.
I didn't even think of that. I ain't even thought of that. Like,
yeah, but I mean, these are the things that them lads used to fuck about with and do. So by the time he pulls, when we're counting down 3, 2, 1, and he's already got his fucking RDA pulsing, by the time it's heated up, the fucking 19 gauge is kicked in proper. Do you know what I mean? So he might have a 2.5mm coil on one side and a 3mm on the other. He might have more cotton in one side than the other. He might fuck about. I can remember Trevor Vanner. Trevor Vanner's always been able to blow a cloud. But actually, when you get to cloud comp level, it's like I said at the start of the competition, it's not just about blowing a big long cloud. For me, if 2 clouds were equal length and one of them was twice as dense, the twice as dense cloud wins the competition, in my opinion, because there's more vape physically involved in that cloud. But if you, like, when he entered the competition in our shop, in fact, I didn't know there. I mean, it was actually at the Yardley shop. So I don't think you were there actually. But we had a meet at the Yardley shop, and we had a cloud comp in there. And Trevor Vanner was running a Slam 24 or 25. And after the first round, I just said to him, Adam, Trevor, just check your airflow half of the way that it is. But it's not always just about lots of air, because if you've got lots of air and not enough vape, and running 0.1, although that's a low build, I know people that regularly run 0.06. So if you're running 0.06, you need more airflow, because otherwise it becomes too hot. But if you're running 0.1 and you've got too much air, when you exhale the cloud, it's quite fluffy and not dense. But if you shut the airflow to halfway with that exact same build, you'll probably get 2.5 times the vapor production.
From airflow on the post. That's what Richard Worrell told me at the Dudley shop as well. Then,
so it's about all these things, but you only learn them by fucking about your build yourself, fucking about with the airflow. As gay as it sounds, marking the airflow on your AFC and saying, right, that's where I am this time. I'll try shutting it down a touch. And if that don't work, going back up to where you was, or going a little bit more, or then going from 2.5mm coil. Because if I was running a cloud comp, I'd always use 2.5mm coil. Because that, in my opinion, they ramp up faster than 3mm. And I wouldn't do a full 5-second inhale, because I don't think you need to. Like I said, my mod on Saturday morning weren't set up for blowing any cloud. It was just the mod that I was using in my hand.
Yeah, you forgot your mod, didn't you?
Literally, Kevin built me that mod that morning because I forgot to pick my mods up. I brought them in with me on Sunday, but I forgot to bring them in on Saturday. But if I was entering a cloud comp now, I'd definitely use 2.5mm coils. Now, the thing with the 2.5mm coils is if you're going for a 4+ second inhale, you've got to make sure you whip the fucking things up right, or you will dry eat them.
Yeah.
The other thing is if you use too much liquid on your coils, it's literally like a car that's running rich. You don't start crowding vapor away. So there's all them things, you know what I mean? And saying I've seen people spending fucking ages wicking up their coil for a comp and going, fuck, come on, hurry up. The amount of you've got on that cotton is absolutely crucial to how well the RDA performs when you're in a comp.
Yeah. That's what I went wrong with the comp, because it was the first one. And I tried taking a 5-second hit, and his fucking thing, it just blew my face off. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
But the point is, Nicky, we give 4 seconds for an inhale, but you might only need 3 of them.
Exactly.
It's learning that when you do 1, inhale, 5, 4, and on the 3, you might be ready to go at that point. And you might
A lot of people weren't doing 5-second inhales. A lot of people weren't doing 5-second inhales. They were doing 7 because they were obviously we're counting down from 3, 2, 1 inhale. People were already fucking inhaling before, so they were purging before. The mod's red hot. So as Paul's saying, it's massively about technique. 100%. Like Paul's saying, people sometimes inhale on 2.
I think
You know,
that's where I may have gone wrong. I think that's where I maybe have gone wrong.
people were struggling with the 5 seconds because you've got to remember it's getting fucking hot. It's hot and hot and hot, and your lungs are trying to take that much vapor in. You're hitting that 5 seconds, and you've still got that exhale, so that's still another second. So it's technically 6 seconds.
Yeah, I think that's where I maybe have gone wrong. I was thinking too much, and then didn't exhale very well. I think that's where I've gone wrong, but it's a learning curve for next time.
That's the point, Craig. Is that you only learn your best technique by practicing what you're doing. And the other thing, what I want to try and do for me is get a pre-recorded 3, 2, 1, inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale. So we can just press a button. It's the same speed for everyone because
you've got to do it in that voice now.
Mortal Kombat, mate.
Get ready to rumble. You need to
and then on the main event, on the last one,
we need to message an Expo man to do our countdowns for us.
We need the guy from Gladiators. Remember.
Adam, are you ready?
They'll be laughing.
I said to Jay when I spoke to him on Sunday was if we'd have had a bit of music around that stage to play in between the heats, even when people are waking up, there's music and then it goes quiet. There's a pre-recording. Lads or people, are you ready? Oh my God.
I think a few little things and you'll get the atmosphere. Like, do you know when you watch the dark and shit like that? Yeah. I think that'd be like that's the kind of thing. I think it'd be cool.
Can you imagine people having a fucking walk-in? Coming in with fucking gowns on and shit. That'd be fucking brilliant.
Especially if it's like the final when you're going on your best of 3. Like, why not have a fucking walk-in?
Yeah, no, definitely.
I'm genuinely thinking providing you are prepared to give us the platform that I think we need for that. To actually have, there's no reason why we shouldn't hold it. Do you know what I mean? And actually give the winner the money on that stage and have enough of an area to have enough of people around you. So it's not completely going on the main stage. And then there's no reason why. We know that like when we got, say, when Salam went through to who was you in the final with Salam? Pascal?
No, Nick.
Nick.
Oh, Nick
Sheeran.
When you got through to the final, we could have said, Rob, we'll be back here in half an hour for the final. And then we get your song sorted that you wanted. And there is a bit of music playing and a bit of banter and whatever. To me, just
yeah, I'm telling you, fucking wicked didn't touch. Don't know, because his head would be like that, like, warning, warning, eagle.
I'd have Vanazon coming in, warning, warning.
Immediate approaching,
I just think if we put the right effort into this and we get the right support from sponsors and we get the right support from Expo, we could actually have a wicked platform in there. A really good platform.
It's entertainment in the end of the day. It's an entertainment aspect to things. You know, if you take away sort of the cloud, being a cloud comp and adding the entertainment value to it, like you're saying about the sort of stage walk or ring walk, you're getting a little bit more people excited about it. So as long as they're entertained, a lot of people will get involved with it.
Well, if you look at like what it could boil down to, it could boil down to people that own the companies having their own cloud comp teams again.
That's what. What I didn't want to do was I don't want to necessarily have an endless team going up against the Vapers Cloud team against the rig team. But what I would like to is have someone from Endless Mods, someone from Deathly, someone from Vapers Cloud, someone from Apex, someone from Nameless, someone from Rig, someone from da-da-da. And actually, if we can get 8 manufacturers to put one person in and have a manufacturer comp, not for a pro, but just for a bit of giggles, then the thing is then, if I've got someone up on stage,
I think the crowd is interesting then though.
But if we've got someone up on stage for Endless, then obviously it's more interesting to get all of our team around us and get all of the people around us cheering us on. Vapers Cloud up there to get all and just that whole hype thing just adds to the atmosphere of banter, shits and giggles up on the stage. And you know, a really
I mean,
I-
obviously not take over the main comp, because the main comp you want it to be open to the average Joe. But like something like that, I think would be perfect.
You know what, for me, Adam, if on this, I mean, I'd like to think that if we can put enough organisation into this, I would want the winner of Saturday to go up against the winner of Sunday on Sunday, and they're the winner for that weekend.
Yeah.
And then,
Cool, yeah.
so if you can't come for both days, you can't enter that the main competition. Now, it might be that we have a little side competition for Saturday and a little side competition for Sunday. I do think if we've got a winner for Saturday, they should go up against the winner for Sunday, and that winner gets the money. And then the second place would get a prize pot as well. It's going to be considerably smaller.
You can even do that a Friday one for all the manufacturers, not just the mod manufacturers, like juice manufacturers and shit like that on the beach.
Maybe we can have a vendors competition for people that are vending at the show. Do you know what I mean? I just think
pretty cool, actually.
If that took place for the half an hour following the final on the Sunday, then the stage is nice and busy and packed, and then we get all the fucking 8 vendors up there that have got through or whatever. And it could be that we just run little heats on the Friday, and the best 8 people go through to Sunday's final for the manufacturers. But I don't know. I just feel like there's something to be had.
It's in the manufacturer's best interest as well, because like whether they come last or first, they've still got a bit of publicity, though, surely.
Yeah, definitely. It's getting their name out there.
Yeah, definitely. But it's more with doing the cloud comps is like same as when you do call outs like Facebook. Like most of the people are too scared to do it, or they're too nervous to do it. It's like we try. It's like with a cloud comp, it's like we have to try and break that barrier, because I reckon on the Saturday and Sunday, if like people were nervous or they weren't scared, I reckon they would have ended. I was shit to myself. I was a guy with a mech shaking like a leaf, but I did it.
When you're on a video at home, at least you've got like you're in your own surroundings and shit like that. I mean, I run my own 2G last year, and I got 64 runners, and the next one I wanted to do 128, but I only got up to like 80, so it didn't happen. But I mean, it's only asked to run, but it's a bit of fun, isn't it? And you're always going to get people going, "Oh, my clap was bigger than yours." That's when you get into.
It's like I've done cloud comps in the past, but the first time I got up on the stage Saturday, even I was shitting myself, because everyone was taking the piss out of me. Fucking hell, Salam, you look fucking sheepish, man. You know, but it was it was that brought me out of it. That made me feel a bit more comfortable. I think if it wasn't for the banter that we had there, I would have been like that the whole fucking time.
No, but I think the point is, I messaged Pixie on Friday night and says, "Will you enter the cloud comp?" She's like, "I've never done one," and I said, "And I don't want to fuck it up." And I said, "Listen, it's just banter." And actually, as it stood on Friday night, I needed people to be in the fucking competition, because not
I
many
was
people.
fresh out of hospital. I basically just made it over to the stand and pulled it.
I stood up and give him a hug and said, "You in the competition?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Come on, bro." Dave next to me. I was like, "Mate, I need space." And he was like, "Bro, I'm not about that, man. Fucking." I was like, "Come on." And actually, for me, to have that amount of banter up there, and then there's no piss takey. Like Pixie choked out on the cloud. Well, there's not fucking 30 people laughing, going, "Oh, you fucking useless cunt."
To be fair, I wasn't there. Otherwise, I'd have blatantly taken it.
It's just a bit of fucking fun up there. And I said to Pixie, you never know. You might get up there. I mean, Dave entered the cloud comp in our shop before, and he'd never ever entered the competition. He won the fucking comp, and it was just more. Come on, mate. It's only a bit of fun. There's no piss taking. It's just having a laugh and a joke. And I said the same to Pixie. You never know. You could walk away 500 quid.
We all know Pixie can blow cloud anyway. Like, so I mean, relevant to how she done in that. We've all seen her videos. We know she can blow clouds. It's just like you say. Next time you'll be a little bit less like hesitant. You know what I mean? And you know what's going to happen as well.
I'm just glad I weren't the only one seeing myself on the stage.
Same as like you were saying with the 5 seconds.
Got a lot to answer for with me. He put his Delwing about halfway up the tube to come.
And you could have looked at it and done whatever you wanted to it.
I know. I did say that. I said it's my own fault for not checking it over first. That.
I think it's more in-how for me. When they went 1, 2, 3, I just got a line off. I thought, I'll fuck this right up. I thought I fucked it up.
It's just getting used to it, isn't it?
I don't even remember the geese she was up against now. And I bet you don't remember. It was fun, isn't it?
It was Ian.
It was Mark, man.
Aye.
Oh,
Against Kevin.
It was. I got to
Yeah,
admit, it
but-
was good fun going there and doing it. It was really good.
What I really enjoyed was the Sunday. I enjoyed the Sunday because everybody got excited on the Sunday and everyone was like, I've got to be involved, I've got to be involved. They'd seen what had happened on the Saturday and then everyone was like, shit, actually, this is pretty decent. It's a good laugh, it's a giggle. We've got a chance of winning 500 quid. And as Paul said, within like to 10 o'clock, fucking the list was done. I was like sending people away and I was like, I fucking was shitting myself 10 minutes before it, going, fucking hell, I can't fill it. And then we filled it in fucking 10 minutes. And I'm like,
9:05 on Sunday and said to Tom, you need to get the list out for who's doing what, because I'd obviously been banned on Facebook, so I couldn't even share nothing out on Mod Wars. And Tom was like, I still need people in it. So I was like, fucking Dave, you're in. Fucking even my daughter's boyfriend, Lee. He's got fucking.
That's what's good as well. People were getting knocked out on the Saturday and signing straight up for the Sunday. So it was like, I fucking doing that and going again, isn't it?
Well, there was people that had signed up for Sunday that had been in Saturdays that come outside and look, we've got new people asked to come into it. More taking a back street, we can have some new people up on the stage. So from getting there at 9 o'clock and not having the spaces full, and when we actually got up on stage at 11 o'clock and I said, how are we for space? And Tom was what we've done. I'd have to turn people away. I was like, fair enough then. So just that couple of hours of, we need to get in on this clay con and we need to get down there. Even like the lots of Apex, people going nameless, sent some people down, and it's then that little bit of rivalry starts to create the atmosphere that creates the banter, that creates the show. So it's all good stuff.
Yeah.
Fair play to it, though. It was really good, though. The stage was good and everything. I thought it was brilliant. Where he did the cloud carpet, I thought it was fantastic.
Something for the next Expo is like, when they put the banner out for the next Expo, they should include the comp, saying Cloud Comp being held, so then people will know, and then that will get them excited a couple of months before the event.
Yeah, well, I mean, the plan always wasn't it for us to run some competitions on Mod Wars worldwide. We had the new kid, I was busy at work, and then Adam and Nicky's been chasing me for at least the last 3 weeks saying, mate, we need some fucking graphics for this Cloud Comp, we need to get you. And I was like, leave tomorrow, 100% I'll get you tomorrow, and tomorrow never come. And but if we can, I'll sit down with Jay at some point over the next couple of weeks and we decide what we're doing, we decide what the floor plan is for the stage, and then we can start doing it now, because I definitely want to do some sort of tour around various vape shops and get some people to enter from this vape shops. Not all the people, but some of the people. Get some people offline, get some people from the show, and just have a whole mix of bag of people in there that want to get involved in it.
I mean, that tour you done before was fucking legendary, weren't it? You went all around the country. And
I love doing that tour before. It's hard work for us because we're just running up and down the fucking. It's all. I mean, there was obviously people that came to various meets before us, and that was more than appreciated. But for us, we were going to all of them, so it's hard work. But the other thing is, once Jay gets that footage edited of what we've done, we can make a little montage video. This is what we've done at Expo in 2019. This is what we're planning for 2020, and people will get involved. I know people want to get involved.
I'm looking forward to seeing that footage, to be honest with you.
Yeah. No, and I am as well. I'm keen. I mean, I've seen. I know Nicky or you went live on most of the ones that you were there for, so I've seen bits and pieces. But to see all put together in a montage, good. And
yeah, being edited professionally and all that is going to be a different ball game again.
Clean up music behind there and all that type of stuff.
And the interviews as well that everyone did towards the end days is real. You know, getting a bit of.
I was shitting myself more doing the interview than was the fucking Cloud Comp. She was there asking me questions, and I was like, oh, fuck, what am I going to say?
I was shitting myself doing the fucking comp more. I was a guy all talking to him, and he came in and was like, fuck off.
You see, that's what we want to show. You know what I mean? We want to show that fun side, that banterish side about it. You know, we did have a giggle while we were up there. It was serious, but it wasn't 100% serious, and it was nice that you know there wasn't that sort of oh fucking hell. I won, no, but you know, you did it wrong, you said it wrong, and decided wrong. There were none of that, and I hadn't heard anybody complaining that any decisions were wrong. So it was nice that it was just fun, light-hearted.
I actually don't give a fuck if anyone was complaining because it wasn't done.
I was just about to say, if anybody did, I think Paul would tell him to get the fuck anyway.
If someone is on an endless mod and they blow the best cloud, they're going through. If you're on a fucking endless mod, they're going through. If you're on a death wish, they're going through. And it's easy. It's easy for me to stand back saying, "No, it was definitely the geezer on the endless mod that won." If he's not won. He's not fucking won. He's not going to compromise my own integrity by pretending someone with an endless mod fucking won the cloud when they're blatantly haven't. And for any other manufacturer to be cribbing saying definitely more geezer won, man, they just fucking had it in for him. Actually, suck a fat on Raw and just don't get involved in the next competition. Or not for it doesn't need to be that way. It doesn't need to be that serious. People will start getting inbox messages saying, "Yeah, you fucking fix this and fucking da 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 da."
It's going to happen. It's obvious it's going to happen.
Yeah,
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, didn't he?
Huh?
Yeah, they said, someone come up to him and said, Junior won because fucking Paul likes you and stuff like that. And then I was like, fucking.
Nah.
Yeah, I can't remember who said it. It was something about the last cloud or something.
Ignore them, they're just jealous. Unless they can go up to a cloud, they're just jealous. That's all it is.
I hate that shit though, because what the thing is, Paul was one of the judges, but so was Lee from Apex, so was fucking Max from Deathwish, and so was Ollie, who's got nothing to do with the industry. It was all independent judges. It wasn't Paul whispering and going, yeah, salam, salam, salam. Was it for this and this? Oh, that's all it was. It were hands up in the air. So there was no fucking saying we need him to win or him to win or whatever. It was impartial as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, there was times where I hadn't even put my hand up because I felt like they were very even, but the other two judges had picked one side and that's the 2 against 1. They win the vote. No, actually, hang on a minute, they should go again. If the judges have decided there's a winner, there's a fucking winner. Simple as.
Yeah.
So it's just the way that it is.
Personally, I think it was a massive success, mate, and where they could go from here is endless. Mind the pun.
Can anyone tell me the Arsenal score? Because we were 2-1 up and now I can't find it.
What's that?
The Arsenal football score. I had it up on here and now it's gone. And the only way to get it is me to go off and come on. I just want to know if we're still winning.
Yeah, what is the score?
We were 2-1 up. Liverpool.
We lose this year.
Oh my fucking god!
Liverpool 4, Arsenal 5.
Liverpool 4, Arsenal 5.
That done me. Is that full time?
Tom, fuck you! 1-0 United, son.
Oh, fuck off.
Listen, if you're a Man United fan, you can't really be talking about football right now. Just because you beat Chelsea 4-0 first game of the season, then look what happened.
Arsenal are beating Liverpool 5-4. That is a fucking thriller of a game.
Yeah.
So, we've been through pros of Expo. Has anybody got any cons?
Yeah. To spend the weekend with you.
Yeah, fucking
I knew that would come in. I knew that would come in this guy.
One thing I did notice about the stand, what the fuck happened to the width of it? Me and Disco were talking. I was like, I can't even fit down it this time, and he's bigger. Because you had to put that meter long thing out, didn't you?
So we had 18 metres long, which is, I'm sure we've had 18 metres before. They were telling me I've only had 18 metres before.
No, we've had 18 metres, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But then obviously because we had the rigging done and it was freestanding, we had to come and meter wall with the fucking framework so it was self-supporting, and that meant you lost a metre off the depth of the stand. So, but actually, I think the stand layout worked. For us, we had somewhere to behind the
yeah, the only difference is I was getting in every cunt's way. I was like moving backwards and forward talking to people but I was thinking, what the fuck's going on? Even I've put on a lot more weight than I think I have. And it weren't until Dave explained about the rigging, and then to have it, you have to have the things up. It's stupid money to have them hooked up to the ceiling, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see what we do in May. I don't even know what I ain't even sat down with Jay and discuss what we're doing in May, but we'll do something, I'm sure. To be honest, mate, I had no plans for the show, and I think from a retail point of view, I've accepted the fact that pod systems are there and it is part of the industry. I think they've got a massive place in the industry because ultimately, for me, it's about people not smoking cigarettes. And I love the fact that we tried to put a little bit of hobbies back in there by having the cloud comp. And I don't understand why the two can't mix in the middle, because there's lots of people I know from back in the day that were cloud comping and still smoking cigarettes. So if they're cloud comping using a Nick sort device, or cloud comping and still smoking cigarettes, the cloud comp is about the hobby side, the pod systems, the free-base nicotine, the mouth-to-lung device that I use myself in the day, not smoking fags. And we just have to accept that the industry's changed. There's no reason why we can't shoot to rocket up the arse to that hobby side that we all enjoy so much, and that's what I'm trying to do.
It'll come back again. We all know it'll come back again. Like I was saying earlier, with like fashionable things, like as soon as somebody's had enough of a pod, they just go, fuck it, I want to blow some big cars for a little while. And as long as they know how to do it and they do it safely, then they're going to get the flavour back for it, isn't it? It's as simple as that. Like, I mean,
what bemuses me though is the Expo is aimed at hobbyist vapors. Yet we're all
I think it was originally. I don't think so much this year, or maybe the arse end of last year. But you're right. I think originally it is. But like you say, with pods, I mean, everyone's got sorts out now, and every manufacturer's got a pod system. So I mean, there's a place for both sides of it. I mean, we all use mechs and we all use pod systems. It's just now my mechs I use nicotine free, and my pod systems I use salt.
Yeah, it was just a thing that I was thinking about, is that obviously the show is predominantly hobbyist. I can't say a number of percentage of it's aimed at smokers. Probably 0% of it's probably aimed at smokers, if I'm particularly quite honest. And then I think
one of the things that I was saying to someone, I can't remember who it was, it might have even been Jay, is that such a big part of that show now is aimed at hobbyist vapors that have turned mouth to lung. So hence stand after stand after stand of pod systems. I can't ever imagine maybe some Bob who are deciding whether to give up cigarettes or not, going to a Vape Expo to look at new development. So on that basis, how do we change the show to suit the consumer? And I think by doing what we've done with the CloudCom, just puts that hobby right in. He's got his own little space there to crack on and do that, and the other people that want to go around and look for new devices can do that.
See, I find a lot of people now that use tubes only use tubes either indoors or when they're around their friends. Like, they won't go out in their car and take their tube with them because it's too much fucking around while you're driving, which kind of makes sense. But I mean, I think there's a place for everything, and I honestly think like tubes will have its day again. I mean, I don't think it's bang out of fashion now because it's still cool what we do. I love it. I love the fact going down the street and playing a sick cloud black. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I love the anti-socialness of it as well, if I'm be honest. I love it seeing people come out there the bus stop going, you're like, fuck off.
I mean, I take mine to work. We have to give me shit today.
Huh?
I had some old geezer giving me shit today. I was stood outside the shop while the family went in, and he went looked at me blowing a cloud as he was coming out. And as he was passing me, he went turned and he went, "You get that fucking shit out of here." So I just laughed at him. I was like, "Yeah, mate, fucking."
See, I would have blown it straight in his face, but then I'm just a prick like that. But I bet you any money he got straight back to his car and sparked up a fucking Benson. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they ain't got a clue.
Yeah. What you just said there, was good there smoking.
Yeah. When I'm smoking some fucking weed, no filters.
What you just said there, when I'm at work, people at the fag shop, they stand outside it because I'm using that, and they go, "Well, they're going to kill you." I thought, well, their roller's going to kill you more than quicker than that, mate. So I don't know why.
Exactly, man. It's just ignorance. These people ain't got a fucking clue. Don't know to ask from their elbow, if I'm honest.
At the end of the day, I don't deliberately stand there and blow it in their face. I can't help it. It's a windy day going down that way. Like, I've always said, get another. I'll go in there and smoke it.
Would you rather smell a Lambert and Butler or like a fruity menthol coming your way? You know, it's just like fucking grow up.
Some days, I'm not even going to lie.
Another incident.
I've genuinely, all the way through my journey of vaping, tried to be a considerate vaping, more because we're retailing as well. And but when you see these stories of people saying, "Fuck, well, I was on the bus vaping my fucking tube, and some cheeky cunt was moaning at me, and I told him to fuck up because I vape on the bus if I wanted."
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I honestly believe that there's times and places. Like when I was in hospital, I was sitting there vaping my mouth around the whole time. And like we said before,
I'm not getting anyone to do what they do. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. But for me personally, as a retailer, I was always mindful of the negative side of it that comes across in the press release. I would never have walked around Austin smoking a cigarette. So why the fuck would I walk around the suburb? It just doesn't make any sense. But I will walk around Austin with my mouth to London, and I'll take an inhaler and we'll hold it in and I'll exhale next to fuck all. So I've always tried to be fairly considerate. And if I'm vaping with someone and the wind is blowing towards them, I will go and stand the other side of them so it's blowing away from them. I try not to just be a prick and say, listen, if I want to vape, I'll vape, and if you don't like it, fuck off. That said, someone who's smoking a fag very rarely considers where the fucking smoke's going. They're just there popping it out and blowing it out and don't give a shit who it's going over. So.
Yeah, can you remember when there was that craze and it was on Facebook in groups and people was daring people to vape in like Asda and record it? That only has a negative effect.
Yeah.
It does, and I sort of, like, when I first started vaping, I used to think, you know what, fuck you, it's better than a cigarette. But then actually, from an antisocial point of view, I started to understand how negative it can come across. Well, I see people walking through the school playground, parents vaping. You'd never have walked there smoking a cigarette. And if you're not vaping for the next 7 minutes to drop the kid off and walk back up the point, he's not going to kill you. Some people like, well, I'll vape if I want him and I'll vape where I want him, and if you don't like it, fuck you. And I'm just a bit like Adam said, I think there's a time and a place to help you vape.
Yeah.
I'm not apologising for vaping. If I need to vape, I'm going to fucking vape.
The thing that reminds me
a couple of weeks ago, some bloke put up a post saying, I've just been kicked out my Premier Inn because I faked out the bathroom. And literally, the smoke was pouring out of this place in the hotel.
Yeah. We got loads of cafes down here, and once you finish your breakfast, you're not allowed to vape outside, but you can smoke outside. If you want to vape, you've got to go down the road. And I'm like, well, if 13 people can smoke a fag outside, why can't I vape outside? I've just paid for my breakfast.
It kind of goes down to what device you're using again, isn't it? Like if you've got like some fucking lipo that's just chucking and you're gonna it's gonna happen, isn't it? Like, but I mean, it's the same as in a pub. Like we were talking about, last time I was on it, I think we was in a pub. Yeah, the pub's like you're not allowed to vape in here. You're not allowed to vape in here. But if you're sitting there with a little mouth to lung and you're holding it in for an extra 2 seconds, so it goes, and you literally got a little bit of vape coming out your mouth. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah,
no, I mean, some people do it when they're pissed up, though, don't they? Like just stand in the middle of a club, just puffing away at it, don't they? Some people do it.
Would you do it?
Yeah, but you usually find that it's not just that. You usually find it's not that they're just vapors. It's usually in their mannerisms that they're usually a cunt anyway. So,
yeah. Well, if they've had a couple of drinks, they're bound to be. But I mean, I don't know. I usually find alcohol brings out the worst in me anyway.
I'll come vouch for that, Adam.
No, you didn't even see half of it, mate. I left there at 9:30. Only got there at 7 o'clock.
Right, people, I'm going to dip into it because I've got some stuff to do for work tomorrow. So I wanted to come on and say thank you to everyone that came to the Expo. It's personally supported us on our stand and our sponsors, and Adam and Nikki and Pixie and Salam and Nikki and Craig and Dave the Vape Man and all David here and all the other staff and the staff that help us leading up to it and the staff that are still helping us sort shit out back at the shop. And then thanks to everyone that got involved in the Cloud Comp, including the manufacturers, everyone that got up on the stage, everyone that didn't get involved but just got involved with clapping and cheering and doing and stuff like that. So for me, I said, apart from the first one where I was just that hyped that we were even at a Vape Expo that I'd been to as a visitor 6 months before, blew my mind. But this one for me has just been a different kind of feeling in that show that I believe we can carry on to next year and make it bigger and better. So that's it. I just want to say thank you from me and Tasha for everyone that supported what we do. It means a lot to us. It means we're not 7th show, I think it is. And then here's to next year and I don't even know what we've got in store for us personally, but we'll do our best as we continue to try and do. And that's me done really. So I'm going to sign out. Thank you again.
Wicked. Thank you for coming on.
Running to it and during the show and stuff. So
yeah, thanks, Paul.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Paul.
And my hoodies and my t-shirts fit the bollocks, by the way. I've got one on there.
Very good.
Adam, I wore one the other day, man. I look like a Mexican.
You don't like a Mexican? What?
Man, it was that baggy on me. It was funny.
You got one on, mate. Listen, I've got bigger ones than that, but this fits me lovely. I'm all right with it.
Oh, you've got the new one.
Right, just put on a bit more chunk, and you'll be fucking sweet, mate.
To be honest, it wasn't that big on into before.
Oh, this geezer was like, you ain't actually that big on you.
Well, people, thank you everyone again, and thank you everyone that supported us. Peace, and I'll be on the show next week.
Cheers, Paul. Cheers, Discord.
My only thing about Expo, and I found it really daunting, is I want more girls to enter next time.
No, I agree.
It starts off with 1 or 2, and then it goes to 3 or 4, and then next thing you know, you're going to have your own cloud comp.
A ladies league would be cool. Definitely, 100% a ladies league would be cool.
It's down to the ladies to stand up and do that. Like,
I know that. I know, and you wouldn't say you've got tits you can't enter. That'd be just stupid. But what I mean is,
yeah, I know, but you know more women that vape than us, and you talk to them more. So you should be rounding them up. You've got the gift of the gab, Pix.
Yeah, it's down to you, Pixie. It's down to you.
Okay. I wish I didn't say that.
Yeah, exactly. Why did I open my mouth?
No, but it's true though. I mean, I think it ain't gonna be long before you can get it at the very least 16 women doing it.
I think it won't be the first time I've had 16 women doing it.
Not my first time.
No.
It's not my first rodeo. No, this
dreams don't count, bro.
So have we got any other sort of cons that we feel like could change apart from obviously the ladies at the Cloud Con and stuff like this?
I didn't see much of it, if I'm honest. Like, I really didn't see much of it. I went literally from the end of the stand down to Dr. Vapes across to the Cloud Comp, and I didn't even go further than that. I didn't even go for a piss. Like, I stayed there for a couple of hours and fucked off. I weren't feeling right, so I don't really know what was what. It did seem a lot more quieter than May's, if I'm honest. But that might have been because in May we had the dirtier drop and we were just run off our feet all weekend. Other than that, I mean, I at the same time it was manageable because we from what I've seen, we was rushed off our feet 1 second and then had nothing to do for a couple of minutes. You had time to rest and recuperate. So maybe it was good because it was manageable, but it just seemed to be a little bit quieter. I wouldn't say worse, because I prefer it like that.
I prefer it like that as well because I find it's a better atmosphere. There's a better vibe.
Well, you get a chance to
actually stand around and talk to people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you ain't got that dickhead pushing you back for 20 mil or two and wanting to talk to other people. Do you know what I mean? You get the opportunity to talk to everybody you want to talk to. So yeah, I mean, I think it's better.
I think that's the biggest part of it is that they've slowed down with the giveaways at the Expo. So hardly any, the main people that used to come just for the giveaways, not coming anymore.
No, I was glad we didn't see people fighting over a fucking t-shirt,
It's like, I think it was last year we were stood at the stage because we took one of the boys with us. It was the first time. We turned round and there was these two fucking guys fighting over a fucking t-shirt.
Which was
And
like,
I mean scrapping over a fucking
Mate,
t-shirt.
I've
Ten
seen a
times the size
7-year-old
of
woman get thrown through a stand for 50 mil of juice. Like,
10
thrown
10
through a
10
fucking
mil.
stand.
10 mil.
Was it 10 mil?
10
That was at the
mil.
vegan stand, wasn't it? That was at the
10
vegan.
mil.
We were just looking horrified, like, fuck.
When we were on stage and they went through the element stand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
10
get me
mil.
wrong, they dusted her off and give the old lady about fucking grand's worth of juice, but still, like, these fucking 20-year-old thought that was perfectly okay.
Crazy.
I remember at the Expo, some woman at the front literally got flying Floyd knocked her clean out because someone just wanted a bottle of juice, just dived on her.
Yeah,
not
and she
clean.
deserved it. She got in my way.
No, because when I remember when we was on the stage for V-Juice, us and V-Juice, when two ladies got elbowed in the head,
Yes,
right in the
at
front.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
people just don't give a fuck.
No,
No.
they don't. Because it's a freebie, isn't it? It was being thrown out in the crowd. It's like, I'm going to dive on you for it. Or people stand on their mobility scooters and get it for free.
I mean, why people are giving away free juice? I think it's always going to happen. But I don't think that's down to the people that run it or the people that are giving it away. That's down to the fucking dickheads that think it's worth knocking an old lady over for 50 mil of juice. Do you know what I mean? Even at London Vape Show, like I nearly I had this geezer up by the neck because he knocked this 15-year-old. Well, I say 15. She looked 15. She's probably about 24. But like she looked like a white young little girl, and I was just like, I ain't having that. But you're going to get it no matter where you are in the world, don't you? And people are giving away free shit, and people don't want to pay for it.
I think the best one is where people stand at the stage and wait with their patlets and their hot flasks, so they're there first in the queue.
They don't.
I think that's the best one.
I don't know. I always used to like the giveaways because it gave me a chance to go and talk to on the stand. So when everyone fucked off to the main stage, it gave me a chance to go and look what I wanted to look, other than like fight people to get to the front.
A positive for me was obviously on Friday there was music ban, which was brilliant because obviously for business to business, but you could, because obviously it felt like it was quieter, but it wasn't, because obviously I've seen the stats from the Expo and it was busier than May, but you actually had the opportunity to chat to people, and that is one of the best things, because when it's too loud.
Last Friday in May, you got halfway down that carpet and there were so many different types of music blaring out, you couldn't hear a fucking thing. But I mean, even down to the Saturday, I think a lot of the music was at a reasonable level. There was still music there was still an atmosphere, but you can hear yourself think.
Yeah, you could kind of hear the main stage from where we was as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't have to. Even though there was music going on in the holding area, we could sort of hear, like when Professor Green was on stage, we could sort of hear it a little bit from where we were, which is deep, which shows that obviously the sound is coming from the fucking far end of the whole Expo itself to the far end where we were. So it was decent that you obviously didn't get the distractions of loud music from every fucking stand down the red carpet, which is usually the fucking case.
I enjoyed it going in on the Friday early because it was nice to actually meet everybody and talk to everybody. I like to meet everybody and talk.
So as you went as a VIP, Craig, what was your thoughts compare the Friday to the Saturday? What would you say was different? What you enjoyed more about each day? You was the only one sort of as a consumer who went Friday, Saturday.
I think the Friday was a lot better because you can actually go around and talk to people, talk to the vendors, and
it's gone.
Yeah, it's definitely gone on it.
Yeah. Talking of Professor Green, what's everyone's thoughts on Mo's song?
Mo's sick. Mo is sick. Mo had shut it down.
I like it. It's sending a message.
The story behind it is the story that we've all got to tell to other people, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry. Fucking in, will ya?
And I think he's released it. He's released it at the right time.
Oh, 1-1. Chelsea come back 1-1. What's the Arsenal score? You finished it. It's over.
What's the what?
I'll have a look now.
Arsenal score. You watch Salam now. 5-5, gated.
It is 5-4.
Well, all I can say, at least Tottenham are out. They're cunts.
Come here.
I would say my Friday experience, I actually went and got the Joker mod, so that's one thing I wanted to get while I was there. So as soon as I walked in,
We do see that a lot, Craig. We see that a lot. That a lot of people who go VIP go and know what they want, and that's the reason they go VIP, to go for the Friday, to get what they want.
You get the special editions and the one-offs.
Yeah, because I spoke to Phil, who runs the stage at Expo, and I was like, how do you sort of, because VIPs, a lot of them go, get what they want, and leave. And then they'll come back on the Saturday and the Sunday, but they'll get what they want and they'll leave. I was like, but how do you retain them? How do you retain that person to stay all day, to actually enjoy the day? Because there is people, they come and go. They come in, get the stuff they want, leave, but you want to retain them to make sure they're enjoying the show.
The food and drink shouldn't be about 20 quid each.
I ate the first time in 6 weeks. I ate a fucking sandwich at Expo, and it cost me 9 quid for a fucking sandwich.
Mate, it's like, do you know how much it was for Relentless there? Like 4 quid.
Crazy.
In the little
I know, but you know I don't like going out once I'm there. I'm there, that's it. I'm not moving.
It cost me £10.20.
I'm usually all right because I've got Nicky and Pixie there, and they usually give me one for the morning.
The only thing that that really winds me up about the Friday, and it's gone on for years and years and years, you always get the people that go there and they got the cheek to pinch off the vendors. They do it every year, and there's people like that's going to mess it for everyone else.
I have to agree there. I mean, some people just, they've got no morals to go and stand there and go, oh, can I have a free mod to try it out? Well, fucking buy it. Get one out.
They just take the mod. It's like, you cheeky bastard.
That's not just.
But I mean, I don't just think that that's just in vaping. I think that there's filthy cunts out there got to do that no matter what. No matter what industry you're in.
Honestly, I've been to other types of events that are sort of that way, but not the same theme, and shit gets stolen from everyone. I've got a friend who is a freelance artist, and she goes to a lot of My Little Pony conventions. She draws them, and the amount of people that get shit stolen. These are all independent people. They've not got like a full-size business.
Well, of course. Yeah. But then there's nothing you can do to wheedle them kind of people out. It's like you can't call whether I'm a bank robber or not. Obviously, I've been the most fucking obvious in the world. And I ain't getting away from much. But like at the end of the day, like you can't say, right, you can't come around my house because you're going to steal until I've stolen. It is what it is, isn't it?
I mean, I was a bit.
And it's hard to pinpoint who's stolen what until they grass themselves up, which is what that geezer did in May.
Yeah, you can't have a security guard with every single fucking person walking around, can you?
Yeah.
I mean, I was a bit of a twat. I left my bloody dirtier on one of the stands, and I thought, shit. I went back looking, the bloke went, oh no, I've kept it for you, mate. I thought, fucking hell, that was lucky.
Yeah, because someone would have nabbed that, no fucking issues.
Stupid mistake, because I put it down and I just walked off, and I thought, fucking hell.
But in saying that, the amount of mods I have found during the time if I've been to Expo, Jam, or whatever, just found on a table, on a side, and just giving it into the nearest like stand is unbelievable. I went and I've done it about 20, 30 times. Because everyone's got their mods. They're trying different juices for other mods. They just leave theirs there.
Yeah. I found a credit card. It's like, I sat down there and I was like, what the fuck is that? So I popped the credit card and then I handed it in to the guys next to us. And then he looked at me like,
handed it into Endless to say, I'll have 34 mods.
It's good, wasn't it?
What did you want to buy? And I'm like, mate, it's not my card, it's Ahmed. And he's looking at me like, what the fuck do you mean do with it? I said, mate, it's not mine.
Excellent. That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's very hard to sort of stop the stealing on a vendor's perspective. You know what I mean? Some people do it by accident. Some people honestly pick a mod up and, oh shit, it's not mine, it's a tester. You know what I mean? People take it back. You're probably surprised how many people actually pick stuff up by accident and take it back, then actually stuff gets stolen.
Yeah, because I mean, we on that note, we all know what it's like to like go to these places and the adrenaline's running and you're pumping and you don't really think about shit like that. But yeah, you're right. Sometimes it can happen. It just
The only
pisses
bad
you off
habit-
when you put down a £200 mod and walked off with a £15 mod. The other way round, it's like, yeah, result.
Does anybody think there's still too much free shit, or does anybody think it's calmed down a lot?
There's free shit if you go around asking for it, especially like with people that are reviewers or got groups, and you go around specifically asking for it. Of course there is. There's always going to be.
I think that it's great if you have a genuine group and you genuinely review. What annoys me is people that do it as a fake reviewer.
Yeah.
I mean, I always believe now, if you want me to do a review, like, message me on here. But I hate bringing around fucking bags and bags full of stuff at expos. I have bad enough trouble trying to get to the car with the stuff I've bought, let alone stuff I've been given. So, I mean, this is the only thing I've got given free this expo, and I think it's the best invention ever. It's the lanyard, and it's a charger. Yes, mate.
Yeah.
No, it's
They cool it. I see that.
That was the only free thing I got from Expo, and I love it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a lanyard and it's a charger.
It's for the flushy mod.
Oh right, I thought you meant it was on the
But we
lanyard.
lost 6-5. I'm getting messages.
It's 2-1 as well, Manchester as well, by the way.
We lost 6-5.
My lanyard.
I'm checking now.
Please say we've won that.
Or was on penalties.
Full time 5-5. United of 2-1 up.
So don't it go penalties now? I swear it goes penalties.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. Full time Liverpool 1. 5-4 on penalties.
About that.
I love some of that
Nice
fucker.
cunts.
How many did Salah score?
Huh?
I don't know.
How many did Salah score?
I ain't got a clue, mate. I come on here and we was like 2-1. And then I think we went 3-1 from judging by what we're saying. 3-1 to win 5. No, fucking lose on penalties.
I love some of that fucker. I love some of that fucker. Premiership's going to be ours.
Well, yeah. I love your Liverpool accent. What tells you where you're from?
Telling you, mate, we're going to have that Premiership this season.
Mate, you personally can win an egg and spoon race, so don't give me that bollocks.
Since when did you come from Liverpool?
You can tell by his accent, can't you?
I'm not from Liverpool. My whole family's a Liverpool supporter.
Adam's taking the piss because I'm a Chelsea fan and I've fucking got a Northern accent and fucking slams in Manchester. He's got a Welsh accent.
Yeah, what is going on?
Yeah, I from Manchester. I think they're all shit.
Oh, before I forget, did anyone get anything from? I can't think who it was now. You get the little pod thing to put them in your mouth. Did anyone get any of them?
Hold on a minute. I'm going to go back on that comment. You said, did anyone get them pod systems that you put in your mouth? We all put vapes in our mouths.
You mean them little bits of paper you put in under your tongue?
You mean the nicotine patches?
Yeah.
Well, I went to do it. Somebody left them on the stand, and I had a look, and I looked at them, and there's a lady called Emily. I think she does Empire reviews or Empire vapes. Yeah, and she said to me, "Don't do it. Do not do it." And then I said, "Why?" I said, "I'm just going to try it." She's now done a test, and it is literally the same stuff as toilet fucking bleach.
See, I've got about 10 of them that they were giving me.
How the fuck can that be allowed on the market? That's what I'd like to know.
I bet it still tastes better than some of the fucking juices I've tried.
I got there on the Friday, and then I was outside having a vape. Some bloke come up to me, like saying, "Oh, do you want to try this?" and like give me it. He's trying to explain to me. I thought, "Well, all right, mate, whatever, give me it." And then I thought, I don't really fancy trying that. He was trying to get me to try it there. I was like, "Nah, mate, I don't want to try it."
You tried to give me a fucking box of it. I said, "No, thanks."
I need to get rid of it. I'd say I've got it in there, but I don't think I'm going to be using it.
Get her a stick.
That's that company we don't by Nameless. they were handing out the bottles of fucking drinks as we were walking out, leaving.
Oh yeah,
Because she was trying to fucking hand us one, and I was like, I don't want that shit. Fuck off.
Yeah, because I was intrigued because I thought, what the fuck is that? Because it looks like a little patch of cotton.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I tried one in the local shop and I nearly fucking threw up.
Yeah, because people were saying to me that
it hasn't got nothing to do with vaping. So
no, it's to be there.
That's like trying to stop you from fucking vaping and smoking all together. It's like, oh well, I'm not going to vape. I'll just put one of these in my fucking mouth.
Yeah, that's great. Craig's got them. Yeah.
Open it up, Craig. Let's have a look.
Go on, Craig. Try one.
Oh, that was what that woman was talking
Right,
about.
grab the whole packet and put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Just swallow the tin.
It's like what we stole.
What's that? Where'd you get it from?
From Expo. I got it all.
That's from the that's from the mod. No, it's not cotton. Pick it out, Craig. Pick one out.
That's our freebie from Expo.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Put it apart. I want to have a look.
It's crystals, isn't it?
Well, she just put the whole bag in your mouth.
Yeah, you suck on it like chewing tobacco.
You fucking
it is nasty.
You put it on your gums, don't you? You put it in your gums.
Yeah, leave it at the top.
It looks like, you know, like when you buy something and it's got that little packet in it that says "Do
Yeah,
not
to keep it fresh. Yeah, to keep it fresh in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Bangers, the ones you used to throw at people when you're at school.
Is it crystals?
No, it's like powder.
Mate, they were giving bags of coke out by the looks of it.
Don't sniff it for fuck's sake.
Right, here.
It'd be a post up in an hour's time. Anyone got any more of them fucking things?
I've got 12 of them, mate.
Yeah, but what it is so in the actual tub itself, so there's two sections, which is absolutely fucking grotty. But you've got the bottom section which holds the bags, and then the top section is the spitting section. That's where you spit it out into.
So you actually have to spit it.
So what you literally do is, you know, when you got chewing tobacco and you put the chewing tobacco in your mouth, and you suck and you put it to your gums and you suck it. Well, that's exactly what that is. They actually use. I know somebody who's was in the army. He's an older gentleman, probably late 50s, and he uses that kind of thing when they was in the army for having a cigarette. He'd put them in his gums.
See, this is the other one what company gave me while I was outside as well.
And they are literally, as I say, Emily from that Empire Vape, she sent me a message yesterday.
I've seen the post that went up all around the groups from her.
Yeah, she was.
Well, that's what it comes in there, that plastic bit there.
Yeah, that's the spitting cup there. That's the top of it. It's where it's empty to spitting. That's to spit it into it after you've finished.
Fuck that. I know where they're going in. I know where they're going.
I had the post up board to read it, but never mind.
Put a post up on the group, see if anyone wants to try one live.
I can't.
Huh?
I'm restricted again, sending out all that porn.
Porn? Oh.
Yeah. Restricted again.
I haven't been restricted yet for ages. Maybe this week's my week.
I never get banned. Is there anything else you saw, Craig, that you thought was a bit iffy?
To be honest with you, no.
I didn't really see.
What about your bum bag? You was impressed with that, weren't you?
That's what come with this. Because I was there with two of people from the group. They don't drink. I went, fuck that. So go and get the beer off them. I want it. So I was fucking walking around with 3 larkers in my hand, and I went back for more.
Didn't bring me any alcohol though, did you? No.
You're not allowed, apparently.
They won't know if you don't show them.
Fuck no, I ain't getting the bollocking.
It was definitely a positive show from my perspective of things. It was definitely a positive show, and the vibe was fucking sick.
There weren't a lot of negatives, in my opinion.
There was no trouble either, though, wasn't there?
Asking for discounts and stuff. They don't seem to realise that the prices you've got is what you're selling at, and they're amazing prices.
But at the end of the day, they're show prices anyway. But then
Yeah,
people are always
exactly.
going to ask for discounts. They're always going to ask. It's when they come over and ask for free shit. Which has stopped really happening on Endless a lot.
Yes, since I get, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I don't understand why someone would go and ask for it. I just think the nerve of asking is just cheeky.
Yeah, but the thing is, it adds to a little bit of banter, and it's about it. Do you know what I mean? The worst you can say is no. Do you know what I mean? If someone's saying no, someone's still going to buy it because it adds to the.
Sorry, go on.
No,
I
go
haven't heard it for ages, Tom. With the birthday, it's my birthday. I haven't heard it for about 2 expos. I know it.
Because the fucking people now know what the fuck they're going to get told. That's why.
I heard something about that when I heard a little bit about that at the expo. Someone said to Paul, "Oh, it's my birthday today" or something. And Paul went, "Oh, happy birthday."
The worst person to say it to, mate.
Yeah, but then I know, I don't know if few of you know, but Viv, the Masked Cloud, I set him up last May and said to him, he said, "It's my birthday, just taking the piss." I said, "Take to Paul, tell Paul it's his birthday." You know what Paul did? Fucking handed him a muffin.
No, not my wife.
If I find out it's anybody's birthday, I'm telling Paul straight away. They've just said they're coming over to speak to you. It's their birthday. I love it. I absolutely love it. But as you're saying, Adam, about sort of the haggling side of things, it's fun, man. It's fun. Because you can have a bit of play with it. It's a bit of banter. There is show prices. We stick to the show prices. But to have that little haggling and a little bit of that, all you're going to say is no. But it's just that added fun to it. I enjoy it. I think it's brilliant because you get triers, but they're usually more of the time they usually say, "Well, if you don't ask, you don't get." So.
Yeah, but I've got a question. What's the best one someone's ever said to you about haggling with you? Though? What's the best one someone's ever said? You guys probably worked a lot.
Memorable. It's definitely got to be the birthday one, without a doubt. And it's not even haggling; it's just taking the piss, and it's got to be the birthday one.
I don't know when it this time last year you got everyone to sing happy birthday to Kevin Lester when he come out the cake and all.
Yeah, we went out for dinner. Well, we went out for dinner, and the Mark Wilkes and all the Suicide lot were all there, and obviously there was the Endless table, and the restaurant brought out a cake, and it started walking towards our table with a fucking candle on it and plonked it right in front of fucking Kevin. It's not Kevin's birthday at all at this point in time. We'd not set it up. The fucking guys, Mark Wilkes and all the lads over that table, sent it over, said it was Kev's birthday, and the whole restaurant sang happy birthday to Kev. And he absolutely fucking... So whenever it's Expo, it's Kev's birthday. So every time we go out to a restaurant, we sing happy birthday to Kev. He's like the Queen, he has 2 birthdays a year.
Fuck you know. What's this Sunday?
We reckon she's only 30. I'm betting bullshit.
Nobody is younger than me. I'm telling you now.
Younger than you?
Who's younger?
I'm older.
Who's younger? Who's older?
I think I'm the youngest in here.
How old are you?
I'm 29, 30 on Sunday.
Yeah, you're the youngest.
Shut up.
You are the youngest.
Unless he's inches.
You're the oldest. Nicky's the granddad. I think Nicky's the oldest. How old are you, Adam?
37.
Fuck off.
Oh no, you were the fucking granddad then. Nicky's second.
I'm second.
No, I'm old, man.
Fucking hell.
No, I don't act it. I definitely don't look it.
Right, well, we're coming to the end of the show. We might as well do status of the week. Paul's banned on Facebook, so I've nominated me fucking self for this week. So the status of the week this week, coming from his truly, which I thought was an absolute fucking banger, I don't care what anybody says, was the status Where the fuck am I? The stairs is, you know it's cold outside when you trip over dog shit. I'm giving myself that award this week. That's me. So, guys, thank you ever so much for joining us. Salam and Nikki, really appreciate it. Pixie and Nikki, Craig, Adam, always a pleasure. Paul and Disco have gone, but yeah, that's us. So we'll see you next Wednesday, and fingers crossed we'll start getting this cloud comp set up for May, and we'll be doing stuff online and maybe doing some tours and stuff. So get the fun back into vaping, and we all agreed that it was a good weekend, good show, good cloud comp, and the vibes are wicked. So thank you everybody who joined in and watched us. Make sure you go over to the YouTube channel, like and subscribe, and also like the video on Facebook. Take it easy. Night, guys.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.